Hi guys, and welcome to the next part of your QR trail for our Halloween event here at Cedars Nature Centre. As you can see, I'm joined by a member of our team today, and her name is Petunia, and she is a domestic rat. Now, she's one of 6 rats here at Cedars Nature Centre, and they are all female. The reason we got all females is because we didn't want a breeding group, and you have to keep the same sex together unless you want 500 babies in a very short space of time. Now, they make excellent pets, so if you are thinking about getting a pet, I do highly recommend rats. They are super intelligent, so you can pretty much train them to do anything. We like to bring them out and train them to go across our ropes, but in the future we have bigger plans for their training. We've only had them for about a year, and they're about 1.5 years old now, and they came from one of our volunteers. In regards to training as well, they are super clean, so you can actually train them to go into a sort of litter tray, and you can just change that out every day. Obviously, with training, you have to reward them with food as positive reinforcement. With their food, they are pretty easy to feed. We give them lots of fruit and veg. We give them a seed mix, which has like oats and muesli in it, pellets, pea protein and things like that, and they also get live food as well. Out in the wild, they can survive by eating pretty much anything they come across, which is why they're so adaptive to every place you find them. Now, talking about wild rats, they are found in every continent around the world apart from Antarctica. This is because it is very cold there. They cannot survive in such conditions, but they can live pretty much anywhere. They're excellent swimmers, so they can live by lakes, rivers, sewages, as they get a bad reputation for that. Now, back when boats were the only way to get around the world, these guys would go on the boats and they would get off to the next destination, and they would breed like crazy, and that is how they made their way around the world. They've got a bad reputation for being very dirty, and this is actually the fleas that live on wild rats that actually carry all the diseases. So you will see them cleaning very often. They're a bit like cats. They would lick their paws and then they would clean their bodies. So they're very clean animals. Some of the characteristics that they have are very important. You might be able to see Petunia's face. She has these very long whiskers. Now, these act like a cat's whiskers. They allow her to know where she's going into a gap that she's not going to get squashed into and that she can't escape. So she uses them to fill out a gap before she goes in it. She actually has very good hearing, and because their eyesight isn't that great, they rely very much so on this hearing. They have super sharp claws, which they use to climb. They are excellent climbers, so they can climb very high, and they use them to grab onto. And their tails. Now, people are afraid of their tails. I actually really like their tails. They're very clever. Because us humans can sweat, that is how we cool our body down. These guys don't have that, so they use their tails to extract the heat out of their bodies. They're covered in little tiny hairs as well, which helps with this. And their tails, again, help with their climbing. They actually use them to balance, so when they're walking along, you can see them swinging it side to side, and that allows them to control their balance. So wild rats, you might see them around Cedars because they are everywhere. Chicago is actually the most rat overridden city in the world. It says you're no more than 1 meter away from a rat at a time. So when you're walking around Cedars, you might see them. They're a lot bigger than domestic rats, but they're pretty much anywhere they can find food. So I hope that you like this video. I'm going to put Petunia back now because she's very wiggly now. I'm going to put her back with her sisters. If I didn't mention their names, they're all named after flowers. We've got Rose, Daisy, Iris, Poppy, Odessa, and obviously Petunia, the star of the show. So guys, enjoy the rest of the Halloween trail, and we'll see you when we reopen. Thank you very much. Bye.